to our live stream. I am very happy this morning to welcome you to our live stream. It is exactly 7 a.m. Kenyan time, and I'm very happy to host you. Now, for those who are asking me about, the issues of Ebola, those are the issues that people are asking each other. And I saw doctors, going to the streets to strike, and they gave their demands that if the government does not deal with, if they accept Ebola, they will go to the streets, and they said that they will deal with them. Now, my question is, if you're a doctor and you are afraid of Ebola when it is in another country, then it means you are lying to us. Why is it when you decided to be a doctor, did you just want to eat our money for free and not give us lasting solutions? Let us be honest with one another, because you cannot claim that you are a medical doctor, yet you are afraid of diseases. It is like a pastor who is afraid of demons. If you are a pastor, don't be afraid of demons. All right? Yes, if you are a man, if you claim to be a man of God, it's like when you're a pastor who is afraid of Ebola. And I'm very surprised, because when I've seen our doctors going to the streets, if our doctors are afraid of Ebola, what about people? What about you and me? Any questions up there? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. I'm very happy to be here this wonderful morning. Good morning. Tell me where you're watching me from. I'll be here for just a few minutes and I will call it a day. Any questions up there? And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. So, my argument is this, that if you claim, because here, this is fear now talking. You are saying that we are prepared, that you are a medical doctor or you are a pastor. Let me give you the example of a pastor. If you say you are a pastor and then you tell people, I am afraid of demons, then it means that you are lying to people. If you are a pastor or if you are a man of God, how can you be afraid of demons? Right? That is the same reasoning. If you are a doctor, how can you be afraid of a disease? If it's like a mechanic who is afraid of opening the bonnet. If you are a mechanic, you know where the problem is, or you should design to know where the problem is. Or it's like you're a police officer who is running away from thieves. Then you see, it's like you're already equipped. You are a police officer, but when you see thieves, instead of running towards the thieves, you are running away from thieves. Then it means you are a fraudster. That is what it means. Or you are a soldier. You have been employed by the Kenya Defense Forces. But when you see a terrorist, you run away, holding your gun. You have every material. You have everything. You have been trained. But when you see a terrorist, in fact, a terrorist is more confident than you. How can a terrorist be more confident than a soldier who has been trained, who has even bags full of food? And that is exactly how I'm interpreting when I see doctors going to the streets. How can a doctor run away from Ebola? And he went to study 7 years, some even in Russia. You went to Russia to study medicine, and you come here and then you tell us, I'm afraid of Ebola. How can you be afraid of Ebola? You studied 7 years to be afraid of a disease. Then it means, ladies and gentlemen, you're a scam. It means you're a scam. Say, oh, this one. No. Ebola is not going anywhere. We have to accept this Ebola and take that money from the US. Let's take the money. Because number one, if we don't take this opportunity to take that money, Ebola money, another country will take that money. This money will go to Uganda. Yes, let's tell Kenyans the truth. If we don't take this Ebola money, this deal will go to Uganda. All right? And all these research centers will be built in Uganda. But they have chosen Kenya. They have chosen Kenya. Now let me tell Kenyans the truth. We have been offered a deal to deal with Ebola. If we don't accept this money, the money will go to Uganda. Let me tell you the truth. Because also Uganda is a candidate to receive the money. Yes. If we are not building that facility here in Kenya, we have missed an opportunity. Uganda is begging for that opportunity. I'm telling Kenyans the truth. If we don't build this facility in Kenya, other countries are just looking at us, wondering what is wrong with Kenyans. We are going to the streets. There are so many. Let me tell you, we are behaving as if we are the only country in Africa. We are not the only country in Africa that can host Ebola. Other countries are equally capable of hosting Ebola. We have just refused. Other countries are ready to host Ebola. If we don't accept this money, Uganda will accept the money. Tanzania is ready to accept the money. So let us take this because listen, Ebola is an African problem. So one of these fine days, one of these African countries will accept that money. So I want us to think like that. Imagine, and if you're new to this channel, subscribe and comment. I'm very happy this morning to be here. So we have been given an opportunity to build capacity, to build a pool of knowledge, to build all these things in Kenya. Isn't that favor? Are we not lucky? Because, ladies and gentlemen, they have not gone to Uganda. They have said, we want to go to Kenya. And we are fighting for it. Why are we fighting? You see, we are the ones who have been given the chance of building these facilities in Kenya. Yet, we want to fight. Or do we want? Yes. Because now, in fact, it's a favor. It's not, they're not infringing. You see, you're misinterpreting the whole issue. They're saying that these leaders are infringing on the rights of Kenyans. That is not infringement of rights. Our constitution, they're saying that is being mutilated. Which part of the constitution is being mutilated? And for your information, if we need an interpretation of the constitution, we go to our courts. All right? And this is not even a legal issue. This is a medical issue. You are trying to say that the president should have gone for public participation. Should the president go for everything? Should there be public participation for everything? No. This is just touch and go. Ebola is touch and go. Any questions up to there? Feel free to subscribe and comment and tell me where you're watching me from. So for these people who are trying to politicize the issue, you are on the wrong side of history. You are denying us an opportunity. You are denying other generations an opportunity to learn from Ebola and to grow. So these some of these politicians, ladies and gentlemen, they are not looking at this in the long term. They're just looking at now. They want to use Ebola as a vehicle. They're not looking at 10 years. They're looking at 20 years to come, 30 years to come. So what you're trying to tell me is that in 20 years, Kenyans will still be afraid of Ebola. That is exactly what you're telling me. If you are against Ebola today, it means what you're trying to tell us is that in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, Kenyans will still be afraid of Ebola. We should stop being afraid of everything that happens in our country. It's about time that we build facilities. It's about time that we build a defense system. It's about time. If it is not now, then when? If you're a politician and you're telling us that we should not build that facility in Kenya, I will ask that politician, where do you want that facility to be built? Where do you want that facility to be built? And when do you want it to be built? And if you tell me this facility should be built in Congo, then as a politician, you have failed. You want resources to be taken to another country instead of grabbing that opportunity and bringing that resource to us. That is foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment. You want that foreign direct investment to go to another country. I was listening to some of these politicians. You are telling us that this facility should not be built in Kenya, but in Congo. What you are telling us is that we don't love money. Let the Congolese receive the money. We have been given an opportunity to get the money. Yet you are telling us that this money should go to Congo. If they wanted to build that facility in Congo, they would have gone to Congo in the first place. But here, we have received an opportunity. But because of your myopic, way of thinking, you're just thinking about, this is a plan to kill Kikuyus. This is not an issue of Kikuyus, my friend. Ebola is not a Kikuyu issue. They want to make it a Kikuyu. You want to make Ebola Kikuyu. Ebola is not a Kikuyu issue. So when I hear some of these politicians saying Ebola is a Kikuyu issue, no. You're misleading Kenyans. Any questions up to there? If you're new, Ebola is not a tribal issue. Ebola is not a Kikuyu issue. You want to convert Ebola into to speak. You want Ebola to speak Kikuyu. That is your problem. Ebola is not a Kamba issue. It's not a Jaluo issue. And some of these people, they want to convert a national debate into their own personal piggy bank. You want to put Ebola in your pocket. So who is patriotic? The one who wants Kenyans, okay, who is patriotic? Because let's define patriotism. Who is patriotic? The one who wants to enrich the country, or the one who wants to make the country to miss opportunity? Who is patriotic between the two? The one who wants more money to be poured into the country, or the one who wants opportunities to go away from the country? Who is patriotic? If patriotism, you're trying to make this, you're saying that for those who want Ebola to be brought into the country, they are not patriotic. Okay, what is patriotism? Define patriotism. Define patriotism. Now, let me tell you, it's like a mother who does not want their child to be given polio vaccine. Exactly. You want the country to remain stuck in the fear of Ebola instead of developing a pool of knowledge that will help us to fight Ebola in the first place. It is like, for those who are refusing Ebola or Ebola facility, for those who are refusing it, it's like a man who is a leader of a country and says, oh, we don't need an army. What we are building is a repository, a defense system that will help this country. All right? And let me tell you, for those who are saying that the issue is 1.5, that Ruto was paid 1.7 billion. Any questions up to there? I'm very happy to be here. And if you are genuine, and if you want to look at it from an analytical point of view, I think I need to tell you for free that we don't need to be afraid of Ebola. We just need to open our minds to think outside the box, and just to know that we can actually survive Ebola. Any questions up to there? I'm really happy to be here. And yeah, I need to go. I have some errands to run. It was such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for those who have been watching. Any questions before I leave? Any questions? Arrivederci, arrivederci, arrivederci. Arrivederci, miei amici. Arrivederci, arrivederci. Have a good day. And if you enjoy our videos, feel free to disagree. You can also disagree. Majority of Kenyans are not in agreement with me, but being not in agreement with me should not make you not listen to my opinion. All right? You don't have to agree, but also listen to my side of story. Every coin has two sides. All right? If you ask me about Ebola, I'm thinking about laboratories, I'm thinking about faculties, I'm thinking about medical equipment, I'm thinking about a whole investment. This is a 10-year, 20-year, 30-year, 40-year, 50 years, 60-year investment. Like HIV. How much money has been poured into Kenya because of HIV? A lot of money. A lot of money. How many NGOs have been given money because of HIV? Many. And let me tell you, for those who need to know, that in fact, this Ebola, people should be thinking about NGOs, about, number one, collecting data. Data collection centers of Ebola will come up. NGOs will come up. And it will give people an opportunity. Number one, it will open up the country. It's such a pleasure talking to you. If you have any questions, drop your comment in the comment section. Any questions up to there? Arrivederci.